3 years later, I have one regret. Oh, hi Andy. And let's go. Blinky collars are great at night, especially with Black Lab. I'll link below there. They're great. Do you like them? Oh yeah. All right, generator talk. 3 years ago, Westinghouse emailed me and said, hey, you want to check out our line of generators? I said, sure. And they sent me one. This one, I made a video for them. I'm not being compensated or anything for this video, but people are always asking, okay, you reviewed a brand new generator. What's a used generator like? So let me just tell you my favorite part about this thing, okay? Turn on your fuel, because when you run the engine and you're gonna turn it off, you always turn off the fuel and when you're gonna store it, right? Turn that on, press this button. It might take 3 times to start, but watch this. Just wait, this is what it does. And then number 3. Little point of clarification here. This took 3 times to start up because when I put this away to store it for weeks or whatever, I shut off the fuel valve and I run the carburetor out of gas. So the bowl in the carb, the little reservoir, is totally empty. When I turn the valve back on, the fuel valve, then I turn this on, it takes 3 times because the engine is sucking fuel out of the tank into the carb. For your day-to-day, if you have the fuel valve on and you just want this puppy to start, press that button and hold. We live up in the woods here. The power goes out on a regular basis, mainly from trees. Storms, trees fall on the power line, power goes out. And then I pull this out and I plug it in. I have a generator interlock. I made a video about that. But anyway, it still runs. It runs great. Here's what I do. I check the oil all the time. I change the oil. When I'm done, when the power comes back on and I'm ready to store the generator, I turn the fuel off and I let the carburetor run out of fuel. This is key for any small gas engine. If you want them to last, turn the fuel off. Gas and fuel, gas and water will not collect and mess up your carb. Get these 2 things. Gas stabilizer, or Startron's another one. Basically something that neutralizes the ethanol in your gas. And then this is seafoam and absorbs water in your gas. Use these 2 in your gas and you'll eliminate so many problems with a small engine. You know, lawnmower, tractor, or a generator. When I first got this, I'm like, oh, plastic wheels. And then Steve from Steve's Small Engine Saloon pointed out to me that hard wheels, solid wheels, they don't go flat. So I've had this 3 years. At all my trailers, the tires go flat. And then there's the small wheels, so they're a pain to replace the tube. This, as long as I'm on gravel or I'm on cement, I'm fine. If you want to take this through the dirt, well, then that's another issue. I've never had to use the pull start. My shoulder is starting to go. Starting a chainsaw is starting to hurt. Starting small engines is starting to hurt up in my shoulder. I love the electric for that. If you're gonna get a generator and you want it to be for you for a long time, opt for the electric start, okay? Save your shoulder. This has a remote start and I just don't use it. These smaller generators are not built to run 24/7. You know, fire it up, heat up your house, refreeze the food in your freezer, that kind of thing. And then you gotta turn it off and let it cool off for a while. What the remote start is handy for, people use it, they can be back in the house, turn it back on, and boom. But I like to come out and check on it. So, I mean, it's just a personal preference, but it works. The battery has been fine. It hasn't died. A lot of the small batteries, like the battery for my quad, I'm on battery number 3. It's like every year and a half it dies. There's a small charger that plugs into here. I actually yanked the charger out. I was moving something and I broke the tip. And the replacement one from the manufacturer was quite expensive, and I found a third-party one on Amazon for about 10 bucks. Works just fine. We do have some theft in our country, unfortunately. Around here, what people steal are chainsaws and generators. So chain this to something in your garage. Basically make it hard for them. I mean, yeah, if they have some cutters, they could probably cut this. But if they see it chained up, they might move on to the next garage. You know, think about that. Mice love to live in generators because this housing here, it's kind of like a nice little hut, you know, and it's in your garage. So what I do with all my equipment is I spray it with this mouse repellent. It's non-toxic. It's plant-based. I'll link to it. I have a storefront about all this stuff if you want to help support the thing. What's it called? The channel. Yeah. But anyway, every couple of weeks I go through the garage. I spray everything. I spray the cars, spray all the equipment, and then I don't have mice mucking up. If they chew your wires, that is not fun. This is easier. Here's my big regret about buying this one. It's not dual fuel. I have a friend who got same company. He got the dual fuel version, and it is so much better. I like it because of a couple reasons, and I go through this all in another video. I made a video just about gas versus dual fuels. That should be floating right here. If you're interested in purchasing this, check out my shopping storefront page. There's a link down here and a link in the comments as well. Meanwhile, you know in the next video, dual fuel versus gas. What do you think? I'll see you right there.